Hi all, welcome to week 4. We are over halfway there and I am very excited to listen to everyone's Jahari windows or the concept that they chose to go more in depth with. Before we get started on my Jahari window, I wanted to share a photo with you. This is one of my favorite photos that has been taken, one of the best moments of my life. This was taken when I graduated basic training. This right here is my mom, and we are going to go into my Jahari window with my relationship to my mother and how it has evolved from my childhood to about this moment. With that, let's go ahead and get started. For anyone who is a bit confused, the Jahari window model is used to enhance the individual's perception on others. The window is based on two ideas. Trust can be acquired by revealing information about you to others and learning yourselves from their feedback. So I thought it was perfect to use my mom because our relationship has evolved immensely over the past couple of years. So that quote is from the Jahari Window model article, and I pulled it directly from there. So, growing up, I kind of had a weird childhood because my mom had me and my other sisters, there's two others, at the age of about 40. So she was like 39 when she had me. So by the point that she's raising us three youngest ones, she's already raised two others. So she has 5 daughters. And a lot of my adolescent stuff I learned from my older sisters who are 14 to 16 years older than I am. I think that hindered my relationship with my mother because she wasn't the one telling me about womanhood or what to, boys or anything like that. And with that being said, though, I think it helped my relationship with my sisters because I was able to trust and confide in them. It's a tit for tat kind of thing. So I wasn't very open with my mom at all. So my window here is extremely small. I didn't tell her hardly anything. She knew I played sports because she paid for them and she took me to them. She knew that I like to hang out with my dad more than I like to hang out with her, and because he just let me do pretty much whatever I wanted. And yeah, I was alive. I ate food, and that's pretty much all she knew. She didn't even know I like fish, which I love fish. She just wasn't very involved. She worked all the time, and she kind of got on the back burner into a lot of our lives. So I also, with that being said, hid a lot of stuff from her as well. So I hid a lot of the abuse that I went through, a lot of the relationships that I had, a lot of the bullying and the hard times I had with my teachers. Hid it all from her because I didn't trust her. And when we're talking about trust, I'm going to then insert a quote here in an article called Trust on Theravive. The first few sentences pretty much sum up trust very, very well, in my opinion. They said, quote, trust affects us all in daily life, especially our relationships. Trust is vital in functioning relationships, but too much or a lack of trust can be harmful, end quote. So I didn't trust my mom, so I didn't tell her things, and so this section here for open was small. And because of a lot of the abuse and things that I went through, the hidden was really big and the unknown was really big. Because that's not really things that are known to others, and the abuse and trauma that created, underlying things wasn't known to me. So this section here was pretty big. And I wasn't comfortable talking about it either. So it's not that I just didn't trust my mom, I just didn't trust people in general. So progressively, I ended up moving out. I still had a bad relationship with my mom. Didn't talk to her for almost 2 years at one point in time. My parents ended up getting divorced and whole big thing. So I'm 20 and I'm getting ready to change my life and I'm excited. And I said, "Hey, Mom, I have something to tell you." She's like, "What?" I said, "I'm going to enlist in the military. I'm going to do it. I think I can do it." I'm pumped and I'm excited. And her words exactly were, mind you, she was in the military. She was in the Army for 4 years and enjoyed it. So she says, "Well, why don't you just marry Michael, who was my boyfriend at the time, and just go ahead and get his benefits because we all know that you can't do it." So hearing those words from my mom also led me to believe that I have a big blind spot, which is not known to myself but known to others. And which is crazy because then that means this open area is even smaller. I end up going to basic training. I end up graduating, and my mom was there. My mom, my dad, my sisters, everybody was pretty much there, even though no one supported it. No one supported it. They all showed up, and I have never seen them so proud. And I think that in that moment is when I thought my mom started to like me, because she started to open up more. She started to talk about the military. She started to ask questions about my life. And I ended up breaking up with a guy that I had been with for almost 4 years, and I needed other people to rely on. And so I started relying on my mom. So that's the big shifting point in our relationship, was those 8 weeks in basic training when I wasn't around. And she wrote me letters every single day, and I wasn't able just to call her, or she wasn't able just to call me and tell me about her day. And I think she really started to appreciate the relationships that we had, and I did as well. So I started becoming more open, and this hidden area got smaller. Everyone's mom is decently honest, so they make that blind spot smaller, and so this open area grows more and more and more. And I would say that my open area with my mother now takes up about 3/4 of this entire graph, because she knows pretty much everything about me. She knows what I'm doing on the weekends. I talk to her at least once a week, and I try to see her like once a month. So that's how our relationship has shifted. And I hope that it continues to be like this, but it's crazy that because I didn't trust her, or she didn't trust me, how small my area of known and open was. And it just goes to show that it's not other people. And granted, I don't think she changed at all. I think it was all me, and me realizing too that I needed those types of relationships, and I started relying on people and figuring out who I could trust. So with that, that's my Jahari window, and if you have any questions, feel free to leave them below, and I look forward to listening to everyone else's Jahari windows. Thank you!